You're listening to the Becoming Zesty podcast. We are Megan and Dr. Alex, and we're so happy that you're here.
We are passionate about accelerated transformation, yours, ours, and the collective.
Personal and professional for coaches, practitioners, and leaders of all kinds.
Between the two of us, we seem to have done things the painful way. So let our pitfalls become your stepping stones. We are not afraid to share our raw and vulnerable truths in order to help you transform your thinking, your body, your heart, and your soul.
Combining over 15 years of functional medicine with brain-based habit change to lead you to create the life of your dreams, supporting yourself through all four bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, every step of the way.
We are transformation accelerators, wholeness cultivators, empowerment experts, speakers, authors, mentors, and change makers for a more loving world. By combining Dr. Alex's MD experiences
with Megan's mindset magic, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people transform their lives, and we can help you too. If you're ready to accelerate your transformation and have so much fun doing it, then stick around. We've got you covered. Quick reminder, this information is not meant to diagnose, manage, or treat disease. Always consult with your doctor, not this doctor, before making changes. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Megan. If you can't tell, it's because my voice is weird. Hello, weird voice. I'm going to keep this intro super short because there's going to be another intro. What we're doing is we have an amazingly popular, one of our most popular series on our podcast that I did last December, all about the series of possibility. And I had a bunch of clients who reminded me, they said, oh, I'm going to go back and do that. And it's a series that can be done over and over and over. It can be done at any time of the year. And, you know, this whole January 1st thing where people do the New Year's resolution is a great time to do it. So there are prizes, there are things that can happen, there are ways to participate, there's a workbook. It's all inside the episode and the recording. The most important thing that I want you to understand is that this was originally recorded last December. So when I talk about 2023, just insert in your brain 2024. And when I talk about December, insert in your brain January. We're doing a little bit a month later. And same thing is going to apply. 3 people still can win a ticket to our live event. We have our next one coming up January 19th and 20th in Virginia Beach, 2024. And if you're listening to this afterwards, or if you haven't won yet, you can go ahead and buy your ticket now. We will reimburse you if you win. And if you can't come to this one, still enter your workbook and do all the things that I suggest, because we're going to do it again in August in Dallas. We have lots of options. And also, be open to the possibility that maybe you'd win something else if you absolutely can't come to either of those. So we want you to win. You're going to hear why. And I'm going to keep this short so you can dig right into the series. We hope you enjoy it. The Possibility Series. Welcome, Megan here, your host for this series. Hopefully you've listened from the beginning. If not, go back and do that and make sure you have the workbook. Are you filling it in every day? We cannot wait for someone to win a spot in our January habit training, our live event in Virginia Beach. So excited about this. So excited. We've gotten all these things in the mail, things that are going into the goodie bags. We have so many sponsors who have been willing to send us fabulous swag, some of our favorite companies. So you're going to want to be there for sure. And today, actually, we're going to give you a little inside peek into what happens in our live trainings. We're going to take a clip from our 7-day training where we talked about the value being in the eye of the beholder at our last training. So if you're listening on the podcast and you want to actually be able to see us, you will be able to see the clip on YouTube. So also know that all of these episodes are there as well. But of course, I would not start this without a joke. You know, when my kids were little,
I kept feeding them alphabet soup. And they were like, we don't like this. And I said, yes, you do. And they're like, you're just putting words in my mouth, Mom. Of course, I didn't feed them alphabet soup because I don't know of a gluten-free alphabet soup, and my littles have been gluten-free for as long as I've known them. But, you get the idea. So I know you love the jokes. I will definitely keep them up. Thank you. Thank you for asking for more. We will keep it up. So I want to get into this clip from our training and really step into the shoes of the trainees that have been at it for many days at this point. And this is talking to practitioners and coaches. And really, this is something that everyone in their life can use, because whether you're selling something or you're the person receiving something, it is your job to get something out of it. All right. Check out this clip from the training, and then definitely make sure you listen to our note of possibility at the end.
Right. Okay. So the value is in the eye of the beholder. So really, really fascinating to watch, because we have found and seen that, let's say, almost the more successful, and I'm saying like business success, like someone comes in with a thriving business and making a lot of money, or they're successful in a certain area they feel really good about, and they come into a training like this. Oh, look, changed in the middle E. We've watched that category of people, when we had, someone in our last training who just hit $1 million in her business. And she came in with obviously a very successful business to begin with, was doing great things, and took these things and immediately implemented them. Like immediately, just went straight from like, here it is, and that. So you would think someone who already has like that level of success and a lot of certifications could come into something like this and be like, well, I already know everything. I already know a lot. I'm already successful, right? And we actually see the opposite. The people who already are successful are very good at pulling out the next thing they need. Mm-hmm. And they're very open to being, I know I've gotten to here, but I want to go there. So she was actively going like, what are the beliefs here? What's this ladder? Like, what is it that would take me here? But I want to go there. So this is just like, you're here, she's great, but like, I'm going to go up there. There wasn't any of this, right? So we can choose to do that by choosing to grow, by choosing to learn the next thing, by placing ourselves in that situation. So I think it's important to know, though, that it's not the level of success. It's just the strategies that person comes in with. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter if you have zero business or a huge business. It's just taking the strategy of what can I take away? What can I take action on? What can I use this for immediately? So our mentor, James Wedmore, in business, he talks about, the values in the eye of the beholder. And he had someone join his business by design, which I think is like a $2,000, $2,500, maybe $3,000-ish. There you go. It's been a little while. Yeah. It's now 3. He had somebody come into that had a $7 million business. And he asked the person after, he's like, hey, what value do you think you got out of that? And she's like, well, just so you know, I would have easily paid $10,000 for this. And the actual value was like, we made $3 million extra because I implemented this, and this. Like, it was a very clear. And so that was one person, right, coming in, very successful coming in, and that's what they got out of it. So he's like, and I also had another person who asked for a refund because the PDFs were not well formatted. Right? So I want this to sink in with you. Does that mean anything about him and his program? No. So when someone comes to you, or if you have the continuous clients who aren't getting who aren't signing up or they're not getting results, right? If you have a pattern where they're saying there's no value, that is not you. That is them. And it might just be you're fishing in the wrong pond, right? Because if you are down with all the people who are like, it's the PDF, because is it the PDF? No, that person was afraid of doing the actual thing in the program, right?
Yeah. Or triggered by something in the PDF, and their brain is seeking something to blame, right? Because it's patterns of thought. This person who is already successful in an area, monetary or otherwise, has gotten to that by reiterating this multiple times, right? You have to flow through rapidly or at least over time, enough times to get any place. Otherwise, you don't have the competence for it, right? So what they had to begin with was the ability to see feedback as feedback instead of problems, and put themselves on a path where they did this over and over again, right? That's why when they get even a small piece of value, they will run with it, not because of the value, but because of who they are to begin with, right? That's an identity level. You could take everything away from them, put them on an island, and they will just do it again. Yeah. Some of the clients are in C and they're like committed to the shovel, right? Like they're digging. It's not that the journey down there is much different. It's just that the resources look a different way because of the state that someone will be in when they're in C, right? The perspective when you're in C, you could be the most amazing self-aware person. It's hard to see down in the hole. Right? Like it's not a personality thing. It's not a flaw, but that's why we get coaches, right? Because at some point, no matter who you are in C, you're going to be like, I can't tell which way's up and which way's down, right? And so the resources are a little bit more hand-holdy, but they are geared towards walking somebody up the path until they can walk for themselves.
I found the Zesty Ginger Girls in my search online to figure out what was going on with some hormone imbalances and fertility issues that I was having. And I joined their Healthy Hormones group, learned so much, made so many strides in my health and my cycle, and just learned a lot of different tools and things that I could use. And then when they came out with their HTA program, I joined their HTA program, and I learned that so much more of what I was missing was the subconscious part. The subconscious is in control of almost everything that we do. And I learned so many tools for reprogramming my subconscious, letting go of limiting beliefs, and started dropping things in my timeline and watching them come to fruition. And one of our sessions dropped a baby in my timeline, and realized a few months later that I was pregnant. So anything is possible when you tell your unconscious mind what it is that you want, and you have the tools to help reprogram it and support yourself into getting to where it is that you want to be. And that was a pretty amazing experience for me, and realization. It was pretty powerful. So anything is possible.
Thanks for coming to hang out with us on the podcast. It is our goal to lead others through accelerated transformation that takes all parts of ourselves into account. And we need your help. We need your help to get the word out. At almost 2 million downloads and quickly heading to 3, we know that as this podcast grows, we're going to be able to reach more and more people and help them learn how all 4 bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, work so they feel empowered to be, do, and have whatever they want in life.
If you find this podcast helpful, please take a moment to text 5 friends you think might benefit and leave us a review. It means so much to share this work that has transformed our lives with others. We appreciate your help so much and can't wait to see you next time.